So without further ado, I will turn it over to Joshua Blackwell to start us off.
I don't think any of it went. No.
I know, it's ingrained in us.
Awesome. Well, yeah, thanks so much for having me, everybody. My name is Joshua Blackwell, and yeah, I'm presenting Black Unicorn. We're essentially like Upwork for immersive experience creators. And my journey actually began in business school. I worked in tech for 8 years. I wrote my essay about Black Unicorn, and I was really fortunate to be able to get into UCLA. And we identified this trend. That was kind of our first big data point in UCLA, right? So immersive entertainment specifically, over $400 billion industry by 2030. And our journey really began. We wanted to get our hands dirty. So for my capstone project, we actually created like a live immersive music experience in Silver Lake. So there were like 3 rooms. There was like a virtual reality room, an augmented reality room, and like a safe puzzle type of thing, right? And you stepped inside of the world of this particular artist, right? We eventually digitized that experience and ended up doing like 3,000 of them. People were buying tickets. We got really good reviews. But quickly realized that hey, we're not the only ones out here trying to make this stuff. And when we really think about this whole process of creating the experience, it was really tough. It was honestly a miracle we were able to pull it off. I think we only really pulled it off because we were able to tap into UCLA, right, in the network. But other creators out there aren't so lucky, right? Because you have to think about so many different things. You have to think about talent and space and what's the story, the technology, all this different stuff. So really high barriers to entry. And that's how kind of this latest iteration of Black Unicorn came about. So we're essentially the operating system for the immersive experience economy. So providing, essentially lowering the barriers to entry so that people can make different experiences. And I'm going to give you all a live demo, show you how it's so easy to come up with ideas for immersive experiences, and also find talent to get them to life, and some other premium tools here. But in terms of our traction to date, so we actually, most of our success has honestly been within entertainment. So we actually recently crossed 2 million in GMV, on the platform. But we're seeing so many different use cases, which is why I'm excited to be here, across health, people wanting to do training, internal corporate events, all different types of stuff, virtual and physical, and really good ratings for the experience. What I'm really proud of with our marketplace is for all of our partners that we have, they all on average have over 90% rating, right? So that's what the partners give them, because that's just so important. You have to have quality experiences, what we found, in order for people want to do them again, right? Not just make it a one-off thing, but really bring it into their budget, right? And expand on the experiences that they have. So I'm going to show you a few of our tools today. One being our AI tool, which is super easy. And this is something that we do really for people that are new to immersive experiences, which is more or less everybody, so whether we have 3 segments that we target, consumer, which is 0 to say 30 employees, or SMB, 30 to 1,000, and then 1,000 above is enterprise. And for our mid-market enterprise, it's usually their first time learning about immersive experiences. So this is a tool that we send, kind of a marketing tool for them, so that they can have kind of their imagination run one round, right? So say that I'm a sales trainer, right, at an organization, and I want to ask, okay, what are some ideas that I can come up with? So it works like a chatbot, right? But this is trained on lots of immersive experience, documentation information, right? So I'm gonna ask it come up with some ideas for sales training, maybe for medical device, just because I saw some med stuff here. And the application runs, and it does take some time here, and they can have some ideas, and this is pretty much like the beginning of their journey, more or less. So yeah, let's see what it comes up with. Sorry, I needed to put immersive. You know, we were using OpenAI at first. This is our latest DeepSeek model, believe it or not. So I need to add immersive keyword in here. I should have put immersive sales training. Oh, cool. So we can see some ideas here. And you know, this is just kind of the tip of the iceberg for a lot of different creators. So, but these are some of the types of use cases we see and that they want to do, right? So maybe a procedural simulation, right? What's it like to put that medical device inside of you, right? I mean, that's kind of hard to describe in a book, right? People, sometimes they want that information. AR-assisted live demos, haptic feedback training, hospital environment tours, you know, lots of different stuff there. So, you know, the prospect or customer, they'll be intrigued, like, okay, cool, you know, I can get my head around that. And after that, really, the next step in the journey is our marketplace, right? So this is a tool that everyone can access, really where we've seen the most traction. And, you know, it's really easy, right? You can find the top talent use cases. So we do have, you know, lots of health different use cases, which you all will see here, lots of different stuff in education, sports and entertainment, like brand activations. You can find the right experts, right? So these are folks that are vetted, right? That we've worked with ourselves a lot of times for some of the experiences that we've created. We do have like project management tools within the platform, you know, that they can access. And then paying, right? Everybody can get paid securely, you know, through the platform. Everything's tracked. Because we find that that's sometimes the biggest challenge in this space. A client will come to whoever the creator is. They get quoted for maybe a certain block of time, ends up taking much longer, being more expensive, you know, maybe they have to cut the scope and, you know, the experience isn't good. So, you know, we just want to kind of make it less of a black box. Everybody's happy, you know, we sometimes will step in and, you know, help out the engagement. But this is our partner network and some of the really cool opportunities, you know, through the platform. So everything from product training simulator, you know, to a product discovery lounge. We see this a lot with kind of software tech companies, people that have virtual teams. A lot of their go-to-market team is doing, you know, Zoom calls and stuff like that, right? Very boring stuff lots of the time. Lots of time the prospect's just kind of tuned out. They want to find ways to make it more engaging, right? Lots of time the prospect's just there for a free gift card, you know, let's be real. All kinds of things from like an AR billboard takeover, right? People want to do that, brand activation. So it's not just virtual, but it's also, you know, in-person stuff as well that people want to do. So yeah, you know, if you have some time, feel free to check it out. We are all, you know, it's a marketplace, right? So we're always looking for talent, you know, people to make this stuff and, you know, demand. We're really excited to be selected as we're going to be doing a pitch at AWE this year, so we're like a Nexus Select startup company. So, you know, we think that so long as we keep making experiences, get really good talent, you know, that the flywheel is gonna kind of keep growing here. So those are kind of our free features, right, that everyone can access. And then after that, we have, you know, some premium tools, right? So these are really for our heavy users. People that are like, whoa, that's awesome. I want to do an experience every week, you know, every month. I want to take this to different places. So we have different tools that they can use, right? The first being a Spaces marketplace. So we have over 5,000 spaces, you know, in our Spaces marketplace, and it works similar to Airbnb. Just makes it super easy, right? You can figure out, okay, what's available, what's not, what's the pricing. It skips the whole process of, okay, I have to go through a realtor and, you know, all this different stuff. More AI tools and functionality kind of within the platform. We are working on like an AI agent courses platform. So stuff really for how to help people engage with the clients, right? What's the Black Unicorn process to make sure the experience is, you know, super successful. We have other different stuff there too, you know, that we train people on, but that's definitely really important education for us. And a new feature that we're rolling out here is kind of fundraising, right? So there's oftentimes people are missing one component of all of this, right? So they might have the idea and the talent, but maybe they don't have the space. They might have the space, the talent, idea, but they don't have the funding. So, but oftentimes, really, it's the funding that's a big challenge, right? So we've created this kind of sponsorship / fundraising platform where people can, you know, they want to get their brand into these super cool, innovative things, right? So this is a way that they can contribute money to it, right, and kind of have their brand spread across there. So yeah, that's a little bit about Black Unicorn. We'd love to connect with you all. Exciting to see, you know, all the demos, and yeah, our goal is just to make sure that more high quality experiences happen so that people coming back and, you know, the space can grow. So thanks so much.